Is Britain a hard place for you to work? Did you find it easy to reconcile an Australian temperament with working here?
Oh, very easy. I think that Australians tend to do well here. I know I have many friends who've come from Australia who've done well here.
Why do you think they do?
Well, I don't want to be rude about the English.
Well, go on, you've been rude all week about the English.
No, I think they come here with greater determination, greater energy. They come from the New World, and they don't have perhaps the respect they ought to have for the rules of the Old World, and it lets them break through. We did things that people said couldn't be done, like have another popular newspaper. People thought there was only room for one paper, the Daily Mirror. We didn't listen to those people. People say it's not possible to have more television. We believe people will love more television.
You think you know what the British public want?
Yes, I think so.
What do you think you're offering people that they would want to watch?
Choice, much more choice. Films before they're on the other television channels, great amount of sport, continuous news, and a first-class entertainment channel in Sky. We heard today that in the surveys taken in British cable systems, already we're in those 200,000 homes in Britain, we're ahead of ITN and just a bit behind BBC One. So there, look out.
But statistics you can prove anything with, of course.
Of course.
My family in Ireland have been watching Sky television free for at least a year, and they don't think much of it.
Well, it's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Why do they watch?
Well, they don't really. I mean, it's there for nothing, you see. When you start trying to charge them for it, I wonder if they will watch it.
We're not charging for it. We'll never charge for that. We charge some of the cable systems who carry us, but the viewers will not, and we're very happy. That's the whole point. We're giving people choice. We're not saying they have to watch.
But you're giving them a choice. I mean, there is that old argument. We won't dwell on it very much longer. But when I go to America, and they say, you've got tremendous choice, you've got 30 programs to look at, and you turn them on, and you've got a choice of 20 game shows, a holy roller, one of these terrible tabloid television people exercising their prejudices all over you, and a strip poker game. And it's a choice, but it's a choice of nothing.
Well, you're pretty clever to find a strip poker on television. I've never seen it.
Oh, some of the cables do some pretty racy stuff. You want to stay up a little late at night with it. Yeah. But I mean, a choice of nothing is a choice of
well, I
nothing.
don't agree with that, of course. I think that we get the wrong view here because BBC and ITV go over and bid for Dallas and Dynasty and that sort of stuff, which is all right.
Well, that's the best of the
say
American market.
Not at all. The best is 60 Minutes, the best is Moonlighting, which you hide on BBC Two, or LA Law, which I think is on Channel 4. You put the best of American television on the least popular channels here.
Well, I'm interested you think LA Law is particularly good. I don't think that.
Well, it's a matter of taste. It's
Of
certainly
course.
won
That's
a
what
lot
it comes
of
down
critics'
to.
awards.
But will it come down to your taste? I mean, if one looks at the newspapers that you own here, one can scarcely say that, for the majority of them anyway, that you have raised the standards of British journalism.
Oh, I absolutely defy that. I think that's very wrong. And you can't say that about whatever your taste. You can't say that about the majority of them because they're all very different.
You could certainly say it about The Sun or the News of the World, couldn't you? Do you read them often?
I think every day, and I think we've improved them greatly.
Are you proud of them?
Yes, indeed. Particularly The Sun.
Are you really?
Yeah.
On the front page of The Sun?
Absolutely.
When you see that somebody's life has been stomped on and their prospects ruined and their family dragged through the mire.
Well, you very seldom find that in The Sun, and you do find occasionally... you find the big news covered brilliantly. You find a lot of fun there.
The big
Often
news is covered off. Big news is on page 6.
No, it's not.
The sensation is on page 1.
That's not true. When there's big news, a budget, you'll find it page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right through, everything gets pushed back for big news. But we will investigate, and we don't believe that people who set themselves up in positions of privilege or as public figures or as public role models and either make money from that or get power from that, we believe they should be looked at. We're living in a democracy now, and we want to judge our readers and your viewers want to judge people by what sort of character they have, just as much as what political party they're in.
You have to admit, there are ways of looking at people and ways of looking at them. We won't dwell on
that. Let's just take an example.
Because we'll disagree, but...
No, well, let's take an example. Right away from here, quite neutral. Take Senator Hart, Gary Hart. He had suffered a terrible invasion of privacy. They followed him, found him with a girl. It was published in very respectable newspapers, but it was published. and he was no longer able to stand as president. He may very well have been the President of the United States today and the leader of the free world. And I think the newspaper was quite right to look at the character of the people who were setting themselves up as fit to lead the world.
Yes, I can perhaps go along with you part of the way with that, but I think if you take some television personalities who've suffered greatly at the hands of some of your papers, I think that's hard to justify.
I wouldn't deny there have been excesses.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad that you
we'd be
say
the first
that.
to look at
Will
that.
you stamp on that?
I do stamp on it, and we do look at it and think very hard about things.
Doesn't seem to have changed, but I'd like to see you stamp a little hard.
No, we'll see.